My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is February 18, 2024. It is 3:10 a.m. The last couple of days I've been editing and recording for this channel because it deals with the Invictus. And I forgot to let some of you guys know from my other channels, this is where my 6 a.m. videos will be. I thought I had enough videos on the other channels for you to watch, but when I found out that I had nothing because I was so focusing on the Invictus, I switched some of the time and date when you could view them. Like for instance, there's this here. I have 3 videos available. This, and this. They are available. So I had to change them. This one I just finished it. This is our part of pure service. So this is why I said you guys should subscribe to all of my channels, because I try to differentiate each of the things that the Sussexes are doing, because many of them don't many of the things that they do don't seem to be on certain channels. Like for instance, our part of pure service, pure YTE, and APU Team Sussex, different focus. The majority of the things on APU Team Sussex are like gossips and things that is being talked about. PYTE is a bit more of the things that the Sussexes are doing, but on the serious side. And this channel, our part of pure service, focus on their work, what they truly doing. So I want to remove all the noise. Sometimes the noise sneak within those tweets, but technically it's their work. And there are some charities I need to look over and share with you, but I've been so busy. So this is what I have for you guys today. Okay, I have 24 tweets. Okay, hopefully there's no noise within them, and some of them are a little bit off, but they in a positive side, so I include on it since I'm recording. So I have 24 tweets here, and there's a possibility this video might have 2 parts. And these are the noises. Okay, I even said noises, the Derangers and all of that. 10 tweets, and these are some of the tweets I was gathering throughout the week when we were on mute. So I don't even think I'm gonna touch them tonight, but I wanna focus on these 2 sets for tonight. Okay, so let's get started. This is the first one. This one is making reference to the GMA interview that Harry did. All right, so this is the tweet, but because someone posted a portion of the interview, only 9 seconds of it, so I'm gonna share that one first so we have an idea what she's talking about over here. Okay, let me read this. How did Prince Harry's statement of, quote, I have my own family in California and I'm grateful to see my dad and hope to see him again whenever I'm in the UK, turned into, okay, this is how the UK turned it into, Harry's returning as a working member of the royal family, toxic British, okay, that's the thing here, end of quote, toxic British press, make it make sense, Meghan Markle. All right, so this is the part here, 9 seconds only. That man said unequivocally on record, I have my own family. Okay, let's listen.
Just physically being in California, how have you processed the fact that there's so much happening back with your family where you come from?
I have my own family.
Right. So just physically being in California.
I haven't edited the review of that interview, but once I finish record, I'm gonna go back. This is what I'm working on right now. All right. This is what I'm working on. I'm only 5 minutes into it. There's Megan helping with the Nigerian team. Okay, so let's go back. Let's read some of the comments. Let's pause this. Desperate, this one I cannot see. Divorce, deflection. Okay, 15 seconds. Is there music in it? Yeah, there's a music. You know what? I'll leave that thing alone. Whatever they're hiding, it's up to them. I'm not into divorcing. There's kids involved or whatever. I don't want to, jump on the bandwagon of them. That's their problem. Okay, exactly. This is embarrassing for William. They have no confidence in him. Ha. Fantasy they have at the island. I mean, there's me here. I'm responding to her original tweet. How did what Harry said turn into, what is it? Harry's returning as a working member. So there's me responding to that only. Okay, the second, it reaches salty island shore. That's how. While traveling the ocean, the words were transforming. Lost in transatlantic. Okay, 53 minutes ago. Wishful thinking. The commentators, print, TV, and social media are doing too much. Let that family marinate in their bitterness and trashiness. Love them from afar. We know they write lies. The question is, how come some Sussex fans believe any of those lies? They will continue to write those lies until the end of days. It's for the people that consumes it. Well, the squaddies knows. There's some people who pretend to be squaddies, okay, to help spread the negativity. So these are not the true squaddies. Okay, that's Rupert Murdoch for you, the news manufacturing factory. Okay, so there's more comment. Let's move on. Next tweet, and it's making reference to that same interview, and I believe it could be her who voted too. I could be wrong. The same Twitter. Let's see here. Let me make it bigger. Okay, so no, it's someone who responded to it, and I thought I share it as well. It's a retweet of it. British media are expressing their wishes of what they want to see happening, hoping it turns into reality. All right, so that's the tweet I just read. All right, she retweeted out, and this is her response. That's it with that. Let's move on. Okay, so this has to do with the GMA interview again. Okay. So there's that here. Quote, I have my own family, as we all do. So my family and my life in California. That's what I thought he said. He said something about California. Okay, so my family and my life in California is as it is, Prince Harry. This coupled with the fact that Prince Harry also said he's considering becoming a U.S. citizen, I love every single day. Mean, in other words, his wife and children and his new life with them tops all, is where his heart is and is his number one priority. You know what that remind me? There's a video I did. It's on PYTE, and I think I call it Citizenship or something. Look at the screen. I remember the thumbnails of it. I remember when I first started looking into the Harry and Meghan things, and I'm looking, different questions, different things were popping in my mind, and then luckily I record whatever those things were, and I share them with you. And some of the squads were I could understand their protectiveness, but I was trying to educate myself. In the process of educating myself, different questions start popping up, and I look for those answers and I share them with you. And one of those questions is about his status, his citizenship, and all of that. I was looking things up. Okay? And I record them and put it in a video, and some of the squads were really upset. I could understand why they were upset, knowing what I know now and what they were going through back then. Okay? So, go check that video out. Some of them, pretty much the entire video is my opinion and things that I thought. And not knowing he was considering to be a U.S. citizen. Okay? So there's that picture here. That was their first day in Canada, showing up. And this is Lily's birthday. Archie was sitting very nicely, and they asked him to come, and he jumped on the table. Kids. There's Harry already protecting him, holding him to make sure he's not falling. All right, let's read some of the comments. I literally just responded to that. The royal family know nothing about family. The word family, I spell it out, is foreign to them. They have no clue what that means. But words like backstabbing, overshadow, spotlight, free money, do little, pretend, I can't believe I have more. Then you're speaking their language. Alright, so that's what I respond to. Let's fit right there. This is an ad. Let me read bottom up. Love Prince Harry, Duchess Meghan, King Archie, and Lily Di. Perfect. So if they can give up the title, then they said they were gonna, I'm gonna go into that. I didn't know this is what this was about. Perfect. So if they can give up the titles, take all reference to the title of their website, never mention his family again, they managed to never mention hers in any interview. This, making any deals with the UK, they'll shake your hand, and one of their hands behind their back, they cross their fingers. They're gonna, how would you say that? They will not honor that promise, okay? And crack on with their own life and family. That will be the best conclusion. They can do whatever. This is the deal that, first of all, let me click on it. First of all, Harry had already said he wants to relinquish that title. They refused to take it. Second of all, Harry is a blood prince. No matter what happened, he will still be connection with the royal family, no matter what anybody said. And so far, whatever deal he made with the royal family when he was leaving,
began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most. My family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
he's honoring it. It's just the others, like this comment here, refuse to accept the fact that Harry is successful on his own. Okay, so let's read some of the comment. Okay, if you believe in the monarchy, you believe in kings and princes, his prince, son of king, who gave him a okay, that was the grandmother who gave it to him. Okay, if you believe in the monarchy, you believe in kings and princes, he's a prince, son of a king, who gave him a Duke of Sussex title, and it was none of your business. Same if it was stripped from him. Ludicrous system, but you can buy into part of it. Okay, but you can choose to put his title into. Okay, so this one still think that Harry wants to keep that title. All right, let's see here. If they wanted to change their child's legal name to His Most Excellency, to King of England, Archie, they can, because First Amendment. That's right. All right. He will also be prince. His father is king. Okay, he could choose to put his prince title. What the? Okay, this is a Deranger, but let me see some of the comment here. Who the hell are you to believe you have the right to set the rules? Okay, and guess what? We'll love him, title or no, because they are kind, loving people. Americans eat that up all day, every day. Or you will. Okay, so that's that here. Let me pause for a second. All right, so I had to respond to this. Let me share this with you before I black her ass. Okay, so remember this, where she said, perfect, so if they can give up the titles, take all reference to the titles of their website, never mention his family again. This is someone who have no connection with Harry and the royal family. Maybe a citizen, a peasant in the UK. I don't know. All right. Never mention his family again. They managed to never mention hers in any interview, which I already said. You can't make any promises with the UK. All right. They shake your hand, and while one hand behind their back, they cross their fingers. All right, and then they will break that promise and crack on with their own life and family. That'd be the best conclusion. And Harry have been doing that. Try to avoid the royal family as much as possible. Okay, they can do whatever the hell they want, and no one will care. All right, remember when they were leaving, the UK was like they're irrelevant. But look how many since they left. Every day there's a story about them from the UK. All right, so this is my response. Okay, not that the US care about titles. Just know while you have your head up the Sussexes' ass, here are some things that had happened about Harry and Meghan's title. So there's this here. Okay, Prince Harry revealed he offered to relinquish his and Meghan's Sussex title for new life in Canada. So there's this here, I highlighted. In the 5th episode of Harry and Meghan, the Duke of Sussex revealed he was willing to strip himself of his royal title if it meant freedom for the couple. The 38-year-old made the shocking offering in a letter to King Charles III after their move to Canada. King Charles. Was this edit? King Charles? That was the Queen, so they must have edited this. At that time, Charles was not king, but that's a different story. All right, but he did he did say in his docu-series he wanted to strip himself of the title. All right, so there's this here. Why aren't Harry and Meghan been stripped of their title? The title a gift from Queen Elizabeth II and cannot be taken away by the government, with Queen explaining, quote, there's no way Parliament will be allowed to pass bills that remove Harry and Meghan's title. Okay, so that's that. That's another receipt. All right, now in regard to the petition, remember there was a petition to strip their titles away? All right, this petition was rejected on 22nd February 2021 as it proposes an honor or appointment. All right, so that one failed as well. So now that I'm done with this, let's black. Where is it? Black. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. All right, so there's more comments if I go back, but let's just focus on my list. Okay, there has been a concerted effort to center William as having control over the Sussexes. William is going to be the one to take their titles. William is going to be the one to decide to forgive them. All the while, the Sussexes literally said nothing about him, ever. Well, he could, just like the last tweet that I just read, that will ease or make her happy. Okay, because Harry don't care. And thank God Harry has a wife who doesn't care. Okay, they remove it. Guess what? The Sussex things could still remain. What I mean by Sussex thing is the Sussex website could still remain. It doesn't matter. Okay. Let's see here. The press try and build William up as a statement while he fails basic tour test. A leader who disappears when needed most. Wow, that's true. Okay. I don't know if they are setting him up for a fall or what. It becoming hollow, and people outside the royal bubble are starting to notice. Okay, this is the thing. He just wants to hear what he wants to hear. Hey, they're giving to him. Meanwhile, he's setting himself for failure. You know what? The world is just watching and laughing at him. All right, and at the same time, it's very sad. The mere thought of being able to take something from Harry is the only thing that makes really relevant to the Derangers. Okay, both William and Kate were literally sainted overnight when monarchists realized they could use them to attack Harry and Meghan. Look at how the press treated them pre-mid 2016. The squad been showing some of the headlines that were happening before Meghan got into the picture. Yeah, it was brutal. A lot of bullies find commonality with William because they are invested in putting Harry and Meghan being put in their proper place of his scapegoat. he's gonna be shocked. He's gonna be shocked if he become king and then he remove Harry's title. Guess what? It doesn't matter. Alright, Princess Diana gave birth to Harry, but she obviously just shit William right on out. Oh my God. Pretty much make it clear who is the most insecure, petulant, childish, and petty, and it's clearly not the Sussexes. Okay, it's interesting that Charles BP, or is it British Press? Charles British Press has been letting him take the lead on this. They know it's a bad look. All right, William's a massive loser. And the thing is that the tabloid, they just want drama. Was that Bojo's sister said it best? All right, they want entertainment.
We got the most wonderful newspapers in the world in this country. You read the newspapers in the States or in France, they're very dull. They're not entertaining at all. I think that we can have both a serious and an entertaining press. And that's what I want to see survive. I don't want to see Prince Harry destroy the industry I love.
Today's ruling in favour of Prince Harry.
So they're creating nonsense and then the royal family are just playing along. They tell them dance, they dancing. They tell them jump, they say how high. Alright? Okay, whatever's there, that's it. Let me read bottom up. Actually, let's do this. William's a massive loser. I think he's an ass disliked by most of the press corps personally. We all see that for what it is, empire be gone. And Brexit put the final nail in the coffin of influence. There's the crown here, craving relevance on something, anything, Prince Harry and Meghan, that will have to do. Okay, Harry and Meghan don't have to say anything about Willie. They only need to keep living their lives and continue to bring good things to light. It doesn't matter what the UK tabloid media dogs bark and squall. It is up to Willie to make his move if he has one to make. That is true. In my opinion, they'll never undo the damage William forging Harry's name on that fake joint statement did. If William can lie about that and use his office and capacity and the lie, then he cannot be trusted or believed about anything. That is true. That is true. Okay, if you watch the docuseries where there was a joint statement that was put out, what was it? I forgot what was the point of the joint statement. But in the docuseries, Harry was like, they never asked me, about the statement. Nothing. All right?
The saddest part of it was this wedge created between myself and my brother so that he's now on the institution side. And I get, part of that I understand, right? That's his inheritance. So to some extent, it's already ingrained in him that part of his responsibility is the survivability and the continuation of this institution.
There's been an unbelievably sad breakdown between the brothers.
They always used to be in step, and they're clearly out of step now.
That day, a story that came out saying that part of the reason why Meghan and I were leaving was because William had bullied us out. And once I got in the car after the meeting, I was told about a joint statement that had been put out in my name and my brother's name, squashing the story about him bullying us out of the family.
A sign of public unity from the brothers, who issued a joint statement calling the report false, offensive, and potentially harmful.
I couldn't believe it. No one had asked me. No one had asked me permission to put my name to a statement like that.
This is one of the reasons the tabloid are attacking Harry for revealing the truth behind some of this stuff. Okay, they want their narrative to stand in the public domain, but Harry squashed it and said, look, nobody asked me. So they're upset about that. So when you hear the tabloid talking about how Harry is revealing the family dirty laundry and all of that, this in particular, this is one of the reasons they are upset with Harry. All right?
And I rang and I told her, and she burst into floods of tears because within 4 hours they were happy to lie to protect my brother. And yet for 3 years, they were never willing to tell the truth to protect us.
Suddenly what clicked in my head was, it's never going to stop. Every rumor, every negative thing, every lie
everything that I knew wasn't true and that the palace knew wasn't true and internally they knew wasn't true, that was just being allowed to fester.
So I did say after that one, but let's read this. Okay, isn't Sarah Ferguson the ex-wife of Andrew still Sarah, the Duchess of York? Title or not, Harry and Meghan are safe, living and thriving. Harry said he offered to give, there's the thing here, he offered to give the title back at St. James Summit, and Queen Elizabeth II refused to take it back. It's what you do and life that matters. I love for Charles to remove William from the line of succession. He can't. He can't do that. The same thing with other things. But once he removed the title of Harry, then people's gonna start calling for other people who has titles, and this is where the problem is gonna be. Okay, William is not a real thinker of problem solving. He just think of the now, and then whatever he feels like doing, he just do it. Just shut him out for disrespect, jacking, and absence since Charles acceded the throne. All right, they can't remove William from the line of succession. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Now, one of the things that I'm realizing here as I'm making this video, since it's in the negative, I might as well just make it for APU Team Sussex. All right, after there's 3 tweets. These 2 tweets are in the negative. All right, about William and all of that. So I'm gonna put it with this set of tweets. Okay, so let me make that change now. Let me pause. Okay, so I moved these were gonna be for APU Team Sussex, which this video all of a sudden now turned to APU Team Sussex. Too many negative things. I wanted to focus on what was happening at the Invictus in Canada. So now this video automatically turned to APU Team Sussex, okay? Because there's too much gossip. Copy. All right, so let's go on Twitter. Here we are. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yes, I am. I don't want, while I'm almost done, that's when I realized I wasn't recording. Okay, next tweet. Just last year, the royal family squashed a cash for honor scandal for the now King Charles. Where did Andrew get $12 million to settle? Instead, the press would like to focus on Meghan Markle, very wealthy in her own right, wearing an expensive jacket. Okay, I'm still not following a lot of the UK nonsense. So if the squad don't bring it, I will not know. So there must be some reference to that from the papers in the UK. All right, so let's read some of the comment. Any news on Kate? Nope. In a normal world, the press would be demanding a proof of life video on Kate as if she were a kidnapping victim. Okay, yep, but they aren't, and that is the bigger story. Okay, at this point, Kate's disappearance is the only story, especially since the toxic British media has proclaimed that if you take a cent of public funding, you're not entitled to privacy. The public has a right to know what sort of conveyances they are funding. Hey, the people are not screaming for that. Well, I don't know, and they are not reporting things like this, so who knows? Thinks she's dead as a dodo bird. I don't know. All right, Kate spent thousands of taxpayers' money on designer clothes, and the racist bidder brigade across the pond always in the pocket of the woman who makes her own money, wealth to spend on whatever she wants, which is none of their business at all. Okay, so this is the thing. This is why Harry had to repay Fragmore, because they wanted to know all sort of things about Harry and Meghan, and they give the excuse because the taxpayers funded the renovation of the Fragmore. So Harry and Meghan said, I'm gonna pay it back, so leave me alone. Look at this, they still haven't leave them alone. Okay, and not an incredible expensive jacket neither. Okay, these kids are due to return to school on Monday. Wait for the article about Kate remaining at Emner to convalesce while the children return to school. They are dragging this out as long as they can to create distance and timeline. Okay, I don't know. So were they on vacation? Term Wednesday. Okay, so that's this here. You could pause and read it. Okay, then the queen pay it for him. Okay, then the queen paid for him, which raises the question, where did she get it? Okay, I saw that the movie scoop. Okay, I saw that the movie scoop will be out. Okay, what is that? Okay, so this is something different. Okay, it's the oversized glove they're all talking about. Have they sold out to? Let's see that one. Okay, Putin being made to wear that beige. The royal family really must have so much power. They can control her wardrobe even after leaving. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. It's just distraction. I didn't think this video was gonna be about that. No other picture better illustrate the very different lives of the two brothers. That is true. There's Harry having fun sliding, and there's William. Oh my God, this is sad. Okay, exactly what I was looking for. Harry's fearless, not reckless, take on challenges, faces them head on, and wins. He's respected. The other, a wimp, always handled with kid gloves, psycho friend all around him, protect his image with thick layer padding. His ego appease at all costs. But also how proudly Meghan cheers him on. Even click photos, videos before when Harry was alone and cornered. He still managed to survive. Even then, he never spread hate or play dirty. Now that he has support and love, he is thriving in freedom. He is free. That is true. Okay, all right. Harry will have all the fun then. That's Princess Diana. That is true. Okay, I hope someone puts this music like the other one. I'm not even gonna play the video anymore that has the William comparison between Harry and William. There's a video that's out there, but YouTube, YouTube is not messing around. All right. Harry is so cool. Harry is definitely the adventurous one. William will say that he wanted to do it but wasn't permitted to. William will say that he wanted to do it but wasn't permitted to because of his position. Okay, the William photo reminds me of the stories about Queen Victoria having to hold someone's hand to go or down the stairs until she was 18. Okay, play the song, Joe. We need that one back on the feed again. Do you remember? Okay, even if it's there, I can play it because of YouTube. Next tweet. So now I'm back. I'm into the list that I made. This is where I started. This is where the video was supposed to start, but since I had all of these on the other list, so now this become part of that. Alright, so there's this I shared it on my community board. Things the Derangers are boycotting: Netflix, Spotify, Lemonada, Jamaica, California, Hermes, Dior, various jewelers, a California-based bicycle company, Costa Rica, Rescue Dogs, Calvin Klein, Canada, disabled veterans, oh my God, charities for sick kids. What else? Okay, so the list continued because the squad started mentioning more. Okay, the Rangers are boycotting Canada. Rock on, hoo-hoo. Party and the Great North Squaddies. We are officially a Deranger-free zone. Yay. Okay, I believe Meghan's mole is there, but her friend seems not to know. LOL. Okay, I don't know. Alright, what else? She has fans. Yep, she sure has. And they're a special kind of naughty. Thankfully for the hedge of protection that surround Harry and Meghan, because the hate is ugly and very real. Baggage for God, and God's protection is all what Harry and Meghan need. None of these countries or companies have anything to worry about from British Derangers. They can't afford food or heat, so they can boycott what they can't afford. That is true. Clean towels, a visible neck, common sense, hope, and growth mindset. This is what they're boycotting. There's more. The Cut and Victor's Game, J. Crew, Clever, Smartworks, Akuzura, Canucks, Beyonce, Kevin Costner. There's more. Okay, this quickly come to mind. Okay, like any of them could afford Akuzura. The Cut play in Meghan's face, but yeah, them too. Okay, let's see here. There's more. Seasoning. I missed this one. Okay, fluoride. Really? I think they just add that. I missed this one. How come? Okay, let's see this. Okay, they saying the Derangers are allergic to dental hygiene. I didn't see that one. Seasoning, that's from the restaurant they went in Canada, the Indian restaurant. Michael Bublé, legend of aviation. John Travolta, Canada, Clever Blends, Paramount, NFL, Canucks, Indian restaurant. There it is here. They'll be cutting their heads soon. Are they hate watching Suit, or is it a boycott too? Spare IG and anyone who say any truthful things about Harry and Meghan, including Scobie. They definitely hate watching it. But I say they are a small minority watching. Okay, they can't afford any of this. No worry. Damn, LOL. Kevin Costner, Michael Bublé. What are these now? From Google. Derangers. What is that? And British English. Collins. Oh, shit. Okay, Derangers definition in American English. Deranger and British English. Noun, a person or thing that deranges. Collins English Dictionary. Copyright. There's this. What does it mean of deranger? Bother. Okay, verb, annoy or worry. The noise of the dog barking bother the old man. Disarrange, verb, the throw out of order, to make untidy. Oh my lord. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, more about Derangers noise. Next tweet, Beauty and the Haters. Oh my god. That doesn't get, oh my god. Phew. I don't want to go through each images because okay. Oh, let's just keep it easy. Beauty and the Beast, plural, however many beasts there are, and there are a lot on Bitter Island. More like Beauty and the Beast. This is what happened when people who spend every minute of every day hating people you don't even know, and for no good reason. Yep, they all look like the embalming is wearing off, whereas Meghan is aging in reverse. Okay, and we must not forget Angela Levine tender profile photo. Okay, I don't know. So there's all of this. Alright, let me just leave that alone. Okay, let's move on. These people are crazy. Alright, next tweet. Okay, I don't like to talk about okay, so there's this here. Thomas Markle, everybody knows he is a liar. Okay, so there's a retweet of that. Meghan Markle's father might also suggest that his life-threatened illness didn't bother peace between the two of them. Okay, Thomas Markle may find the Sussexes' olive branch to the royal family hypocritical, as he was not visited during his recent illness. Okay, I think, let's see what she said here. This is the eyelashes, the one who, what do you say that, who did the interview before, mentioning about the Oprah interview before she even saw it. So what is she talking about? Let's see here.
The alleged royal racists were revealed, one of those being the Princess of Wales, according to Scobie. She's subsequently been in hospital with what appears to be a very serious procedure, which she...
Okay, with the name of who's being racist, Omid literally tackled this already. He said that wasn't in his manuscript.
The book's available in a number of languages, and unfortunately I can't speak Dutch, so I haven't seen the copy for myself, but if there have been any translation errors, I'm sure the publishers got it under control. For me, I edited and wrote the English version. There's never been a version that I've produced that has names in it.
His manuscript is in English. He does not speak, what was the Dutch? Is it Dutch or... Okay, whatever language it was in. But apparently, there's a whole either page or paragraph that was inserted into Omid's book. And Omid literally stood by his ground, and I don't know what happened to this, if there's any lawsuit or whatever. Said he didn't mention anything about the names. Okay? And Harry and Meghan literally did not mention the name of who the racist is.
In those months when I was pregnant, all around this same time, so we had in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
And
who is having that conversation with you?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
That conversation I'm never going to share. But at the time it was awkward. I was a bit shocked.
Can you tell us what the question was?
No, I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay.
They said they will never mention it. And Omid did not mention it. But Piers Morgan, however, went on national television and said who it was.
I will never believe it. But now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
So anything beyond that, it's none of our faith. Okay? It's not Scobie, it's not Harry and Meghan. The only person that I know who said it, and I have the video clip of it, is Piers Morgan. Okay? Anything else, just noise. Alright?
Is currently recuperating from.
Victoria, Harry didn't sound terribly keen to talk about it, but is there a sense that this diagnosis, the cancer diagnosis, will help heal the rifts between Harry and his family?
I think certainly a lot of people are hoping that's going to be the case, but who knows?
That's not Harry's problem. Like Harry said, he has his own family. That's not Harry's problem. Okay, I'm sure personally, in his own inner self, he probably, in my humble opinion, mean well for her to recover because of the kids. Now this is my personal here. Okay, because of the kids. But it's not Harry's problem. Harry has his own family to deal with, like he said in the GMA interview. Okay, but anything else, just noise. Why can't she talk on behalf of William? How will William feel about his wife and things? Why is it Harry's problem about Kate? Why Viv have to be, mentioning Harry? Harry's moved on.
Knows at this point it's very difficult when you've got not just the Atlantic between parties, but also a vast percentage of the United States. Meghan Markle's father might also suggest that his life-threatening illness didn't broker peace between the two of them. But I think...
Okay, so what happened to his life-threatening thing? That was couple years ago. That was a lie. He's still fine. And I think this is the same thing that happened to Charles. Make a lie, in my humble opinion, so Harry could be over there, so he could talk to him about the lawsuit that Harry was having. This is my humble opinion. I've been saying it from day one. Okay, we shall see how long Charles is gonna live. But whatever.
I think it was the right decision for Harry to fly to London to see his father. It's interesting to note at the time the King was criticised for giving Harry seemingly such a short amount of time, but it later transpired that it was actually Harry that needed to rush back to the United States. He hadn't
Don't turn it around. Don't turn it around. Because Harry left the following day. The following day he left. Not the same day. Charles gave him 45 minutes. But Harry left the following day.
awards giving event that he had to attend in Las Vegas. So I think you're absolutely right. Harry was very guarded when it came to talking about his family. He was much more keen to keep the focus on the Invictus Games and indeed the competitors. But of course, a reporter was going to ask, given Harry did make the dash.
Of course. And is there any sign of a kind of thaw between Harry and William? That relationship does seem very damaged, doesn't it?
It seems immensely damaged, and I think trust is really at the heart of the issue here, because it's only been a year, just over a year, since Bear came out, with the repercussions of Netflix, that documentary still being felt. There have been numerous magazine interviews, promotions for the book. There was Meghan's podcast as well, and I think it's very easy.
Okay, Meghan podcast did not talk about the royal family, okay? And Spare, Harry, explained his personal experience. All right. Okay. If I had listening to this, I would not share this. But
for us to all sit judge and jury and say, just get on with it, go and bash heads together and get past it. But we have to remember it was very recently that Omid Scobie, who's known to be a favoured journalist of the Sussexes, they did help him with his book Finding Freedom.
What?
It was on him that the alleged royal racists were revealed, one of those being the Princess of Wales, according to Scobie.
The book's available in a number of languages, and unfortunately I can't speak Dutch, so I haven't seen the copy for myself, but if there have been any translation errors, I'm sure the publishers got it under control. For me, I edited and wrote the English version. There's never been a version that I've produced that has names in it.
She's subsequently been in hospital with what appears to be a very serious procedure, which she is currently recuperating from. So I think it's a lot to expect William to just go, sure, okay, everything's fine again. I think it's going to take a while.
But it's William who started it. William who started
alleged royal race
is William who started everything. Okay, so phew.
the press and the media. And as they say at the start of episode 1, they say so many books and shows and stories have been written about us. We wanted to have our own say. And remember, the purpose of the PR office at the royal family is to keep the royals in the press all the time. So you have to remember, when I work in newsrooms, it's a fact that every anti-Harry and Meghan story comes from Kensington Palace.
But why
and if it comes from Kensington Palace, why are they briefing against their own grandson?
Well, okay, that's a very the idea.
Why are there never any
I think that's fascinating
about Prince William?
Well, William.
If I had known, I would not respond. Okay, let's see here. Okay, when someone abuses your trust, sometimes it's best to think of the person as being dead to you. That way, you can move on with your life. That trust that was abused is now broken. I'm not Meghan Markle, and I'm not speaking for her. But if that was me, thank God it's not me. That's how I will feel. All right.
Doing a post-match analysis of Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah, which is obviously coming out in a few days' time.
My name is Victoria Arbiter, A-R, B as in boy, I-T-E-R, and I am royal commentator for CNN.
You've not seen the interview yet, have you?
No.
No, great. I think we have a fair idea of where the interview's going, and we have a fair idea.
We do, definitely.
Do you think, looking back now, that Oprah went rather soft on Harry and Meghan?
She did ask the tough questions. She had to ask the tough questions.
Do you not remember?
So let's move on. Okay, I'm probably gonna cut this because this is stupid. It's like she's taking different time period, the Finding Freedom with what is it? What was the name of the book that Omid wrote recently? Game, End of Game, or something like that. I don't know. Alright, so let's see here. This is a clear X of William and Kate fans. They hate Meghan but obsess about her. They fantasize about Harry divorcing Meghan, the royal family undoing Meghan. Baggage for God. This is the level of hate the royal family and the media psycho fans have created against Meghan. It's why UK isn't safe for Meghan and her kids. Okay, so I'm not gonna read this. Okay? I'm not gonna read this. Let me just read some of the comments. Yeah, they don't understand that the universe eventually right things. Like I said, when things are not balanced, the universe find a way to make it balanced. Okay, it's the royal family's fault from not nipping it in the bud from the beginning. Now it's getting out of control, and these unhinged people were born from it. Okay, so baggage for God, make that boomerang return back to senders. Whoever originate these things, make it go back to them. If they feel like the Sussexes deserve it, they must deserve it as well. What I find most ironic is at the very end, her fervent desire is for Meghan to be in a psychic ward or jail. What the hell? Now, who's more likely for that to happen to? Meghan or Kate and William, and that order? Love wins. Okay, let me move on. I didn't know this was all about. This is what happened when I leave those things for me to do when I'm recording. Okay, next tweet. Maybe I'll cut this and put it on the other video as well, but sometimes too much work. All right, next tweet. So there's that here. Sussex Squad. How pathetic it is that William has no storyline of his own. Everything he spot through his minion is a reaction to Harry and Meghan's love. William need a hive of water wasps to attach himself to Harry and Meghan's distant lovely lives. Pathetic. Okay, do you think Prince William looks drunk? I talked about this already. Whatever. That's my comment here like an hour ago. He's under something. In my humble opinion, it could easily be someone providing him with some things. Looking good, okay? Looking good and backstabbing is pretty typical in that family. Who knows? All right, what is that here? It's very blurry. Let me get out of it. It's messing up my eye. All right, William is a disappointment. Everything we expect of him, and Kate is embodied in Harry and Meghan. It's truly, said to weakness, I think. All right, so let's see this here from Wollen Stone. Okay, quick. What's Prince William legacy? Is it being second in line of succession to the British throne? Is it his brief tenure as the cover star of countless issues of J14 and People's Sexiest Men Alive edition, and his subsequent disappearance from such publication after he hit his 30s and revealed himself to be genetically less in line with his glamorous mother and more with his diverse carrot resembling father? Oh my God. Or is it inadvertently popularizing a sex act that had been most prominently associated with a tongue-in-cheek superhero franchise? Oh my God. Okay. He spent too long leeching off Harry's intellect and drive, he continually portrayed Harry as the one taking from him. The reality of Harry not returning has him hitting the battle as soon as he wakes up. Okay, he really has nothing to say for himself. Okay, what cheese does to him. Okay, what drinks does to him. And pills, there's the pill here, and cigarette. Okay, these are the things he used to say about Harry. All right, let's go to the next tweet. These are all the noises. Okay, oh Lord, I'm not gonna read this article. That's an article. Okay, if Harry wants to mark in and take on official royal duties, he will have to run that by us, the taxpayers, said Nana Akua. What the hell?
And I have no regrets. It's incredibly sad, but I have no regrets at all because now I'm in a place where I feel as though I should have been 4 years ago.
Can you see a day when you would return as a full-time member of the royal family? No.
All right, let me read what's there and then move on. Okay, whatever it takes to fill this. Okay, when you are ugly inside, it shows outside, and Nina, you're ugly inside and outside. Okay, Prince Harry's statement of, quote, I have my own family in California. I'm grateful to see my dad and hope to see him again whenever I'm in the UK, end quote, becomes, quote, Harry returning as a working member to help the king. LOL. Who is this B? There's a word here. Okay, if you pumps didn't have Harry, you have nothing royal to report about. Ugly woman inside and out. Okay, what is the issue with these unattractive women? Their hate rate is only making them uglier. Does he though? Everything he has ever said will suggest otherwise. Give over, I guess get over. Stop the grandstanding. It's a family affair. Okay, that's not how it works. Wake up. To all those who claim racism, nope. If we aren't Meghan Markle's friend, I will applaud. Okay, Nina being part of the British royal family. Sadly, she has a thriving career and then need to marry into the monarchy for a global platform. Meghan didn't need to. Okay, one thing you forget, Meghan was already a millionaire. She was making her own living before she married into the royal family. So if you trying to throw a shade of Meghan on that, hey, checkmate. Next tweet. There's that here. Desperation to have the Duke and Duchess of Sussex back mounts. First, it was the media spin, quote, Harry wants to come back, end quote, and now it's Duchess Meghan, and okay, quote, makes the first move toward reconciling, end quote, all clear media spin to make it looks like Harry and Meghan, who've moved on, are interested. Okay, so let's see the headline here. Meghan Markle makes the first move toward reconciling with Kate Middleton after fallout. I think I respond to that somewhere. Where is it? There's me here. Okay, and she's nowhere to be seen. How and where Meghan going to find her to do such thing? Now, toxic British media better be careful before the Derangers cancel them too. Just saying. Let me read up. Okay, so there's this here. They lie so much. Unfortunately for them, the world is waking up to their lies. Alright, really? So it's up to Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, to raise the dead? Oh my god, she's a miracle worker. Okay, it must be eternal sunshine in the mind of these Harry and Meghan's haters. Harry has his lovely family in the US, a flight already booked for the next day, and was booked to hand out the Walter Payton Man of the Year award the next day. So why on earth will he want to stay in the den of vipers? Okay, there's a video I had with eyelashes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it in the video, but in that video when I was commenting on it, and I said, you know, and the next day, why is she saying that Harry left 45 minutes after meeting Charles? It was the next day Harry left, and there's someone who made that comment here. So I'm not sure if I'll put that video. Okay, why do Harry and Meghan have absolutely no family or friend they haven't dragged through the mud? Why do so many people join them, leave them with the bad feeling? All right, so let's get to the next tweet. I'm almost done. Oh my god, I think I'm already an hour. Okay, I keep on checking to make sure I'm recording, because once I go over the tweets, and then if it wasn't recording, I don't want to record them again. All right, so there's this here. Charles versus Willie. Palace Wars Sussex Squad. Okay, exclusive. The Duke of Sussex is willing to return to a temporary royal role in support of his father during his illness. Sources have revealed. What source? Because Harry literally was on television, American television. So he's not returning. He even considering of become American citizen. These people are sick. Okay, reveal Prince Harry seek royal return to heal rift with King Charles. This is their new narrative. Oh my God. You know what? Thinking about it now, the tabloid is not for the royal family. They really, really want them be gone. When you look at, for people outside, if you're really paying attention, they don't want them to be in existence. Remember, the sole purpose, if you go back to PYTE, the video that I have, I call it The Firm. One of the things that I said, they want to get rid of the monarchy, some shape or form. I don't know if, I don't remember everything I said in that video. But the Commonwealth, they want to dissolve it so those business people could go in those Commonwealth and do what they please. Okay, they know how to backstab people. Okay, undermine the government of each country, because it seems like all these people in office, the money that they're receiving for that position is never enough for them. They won't mind receiving extra bucks to undermine the citizen. So they know how to work that. Those business people in the UK. So this is their whole focus, to dissolve the institution and the Commonwealth so they could go and do whatever they want. But too bad those the heir, the king now, and the future, okay, which is William, and probably now the future, they're probably already screwing his mind, okay, if the institution remain as long for him, screwing his mind so they could undermine them and they can't say anything. One of the things I remember Charles said once when the Rwanda thing was happening, Charles said something, I think he was against what the government was doing, and one of those people, I don't even think he runs for office, but it seems like he's managing the way the Brexit things is going, or people, you know, probably in the same group with the Murdoch thing, okay, and he told Charles to shut up if he wants to be king. Okay, so this is the thing that is happening here. They want to be able to do whatever they want and then hide behind the institution or dissolve the institution so they could go ahead and do whatever it is that they want. But they're not for the monarchy. Okay, as much as they may seem to please the institution, to suit their ego, but they're not for the institution. Alright, so there's another headline here, because the world is watching. We saw the interview Harry did. Okay, and this is why they divide the brothers. Harry was too smart for them. Harry was not buying on their BS. And Harry was advising them. Remember, he's a regent of something. Okay, he could advise the king and the queen at that time and the brother and whatever. Okay, so they remove him from there. They don't want common sense to be in the father, Charles, William, the brother. Okay, so they remove him completely. So now all the infested, negative, people, advisors are there to fill those people's head. This is sad. Okay, Prince William has one-to-one meeting with the king. Prince William angered by Harry as there is 0% chance he will return to royal fold. Prince William has made it clear that there is no longer a place for Prince Harry, with his main focus on his father's health, his family, and what is best for the monarchy. Okay, whatever. This is the nonsense that they're spending, bouncing the people's head back and forth. When I mean people, the citizen, the peasants. Okay, all the royal right and royal family wishes laid bare. They are desperate for Harry. Charles is in treatment and growing tired. Kate is MIA and has little to offer at the best of time. Willie is useless and Edward is ducking. Oh my God. That leaves just a few old ladies left to pop things up. Not good. Okay? They came out their lies right after Harry stood in front of... This is what I was saying. In front of the camera and said to the world that his life and his family is in California. The only people who could possibly believe he's begging to go back are ones who don't think for themselves and believe anything the tabloid write. Yeah. That's all it is. William hasn't visited his father. What is he talking about? Did drunk Willie fall and hit his head? Looked like someone used too much Botox. British newspapers, Harry has sued, manufacture lies, then create another narrative supposedly to fit the lie and show William off as a pertinent and incandescent man who is finding doing the barest minimum duties challenging. Okay, William should be ashamed of himself. There's an 18-year-old in the Netherlands. Is it Netherlands or Denmark? Or Denmark, I think. All right, who took on the role when his father went out of the country? And there's William, he can't even do that. Okay, who has bully made it clear to his friends and the media if Choco was able to abrogate the Queen's wishes with the mayor, he sure can rent coaches and carriages over the bully and his friends. Okay, so let's go to the last one. Alright, I'm not gonna have any, how do you call this? Any prayers. Okay, let's just say baggage for God. This is my last one for this video. Toxic British media is in trouble. They also employ unsavory characters like the one we tweeted. Okay, brutal. UK daily newspapers average circulation per issue by month, 2000 and present, just going down. Wow. Okay, from 2000 to 2022. Alright, having bought a newspaper for over 20 years, I will never buy one again. They print lies and gather information illegally. They also employ, let's say, unsavory characters. For example, Jeremy Clarkson, Piers Morgan, and Dan Wootton, to name a few. Okay, I don't know who's that, but that's just a screenshot of someone who retweet something. Alright, so let's... Oh, that's it. Okay, so that's it. Okay, if you believe any trusted friend of Prince Harry and brief Kate Menzies, who was recently sued by him and now writes for a Murdoch paper, I have a bridge to sell you. Do you want to see it? So they're manufacturing more lie, and there's more of this here. Okay, these are extra. I'm done with the list, but this is extra. I'm not gonna do a prayer for them. Just baggage for God. That's it. Okay, this video, it was meant for this originally, but in the process of recording, I see a lot of negative things that I put, and it changed for this channel. Okay, so it's now for our part of pure service. All right, so when I edit it, it's gonna be for this channel. All right, so this is the number, $192.34, and analytic in the last 48 hours, 1920 views in the last 48 hours. Okay, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, please, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm gonna do this one. This is the fun part. You're gonna have to tune in to our part of pure service, and I hope there is no Derangers things in there. There's some of the comment. There's a Sussex prayer there, and that's what I will use for that video. And all right, so let me pause for a second. I wanted to make sure this is not a Deranger thing here, so I could remove it from the list. So this is where I will start in the next video. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.